That's right. Yesterday, I read Stranger Things issue 1. This was a variant I picked up at a comic shop around the corner just because I couldn't wait to get to my store to read this book. It's kind of a cool variant. I like the weathering. Looks like an old comic. But anyways, so Stranger Things issue 1 just came out, I think last Wednesday. A few weeks ago, I picked up this thing. This was a really cool free preview of Stranger Things that Dark Horse put out. And while I liked it, I was a little disappointed in the fact that all it was the first 10 pages of the comic. Comics only, 20-something pages long, and you're giving away the first 10 for absolutely free. It kind of cheapens the value of the book in that I've already read half of it as an ash can. I kind of would have liked to this to have something else besides the first 10 pages, maybe a couple pages and some concept art or an interview with the writer Jody Houser. But it is what it is. It was free, so you can't complain too much. So I'm going to jump into this. The Duffer Brothers present Stranger Things. Here we go. Very much in the style of the TV show. It opens with a chapter 1. Will Byers is missing. The town of Hawkins, Indiana, including Will's best friends and family, scour the area looking for him. What they don't know is that he's lost in the Upside Down, an impossible dark parody of his own world. This grim realm seems desolate and empty, but Will isn't alone. Great intro. If you haven't read Stranger Things, this is a nice, or haven't seen them, read it, haven't watched the show Stranger Things, this is a nice little intro. Talent in the book. We got Jody Houser. Now, Jody Houser, I actually like. I picked up the Star Wars Rogue One adaptation that she did for Marvel, and I thought she did an amazing job with that. And she's done some other Star Wars projects, so she's no stranger to licensed property. Neither is the artist Stefano Martino. Stefano Martino had done some Doctor Who and Angel in the past. I will say, while his art is competent, it did leave me a little underwhelmed. Our story picks up during an episode of the show, at the very beginning of the first episode, when Will is being kind of chased by the Demogorgon, and he runs out into his shed. This is where I think Jody Houser shines. The story, we know the story already if we've seen the show, but it's these little dialogue boxes that are very meaty and well done. It says, minutes ago, Will Byers was playing a game with his friends. They were a party of adventurers traveling the land in search of glory and treasure, facing down the most deadly of monsters lurking in the dark. But now Will Byers is alone. The darkness looms, and suddenly, somehow, the monsters are real. Great intro, great setup for what we're about to get. So like I said, this takes place during the first episode. Will's being chased by the Demogorgon. Remember, he runs into the shed, and the light flares. And next thing we didn't know what happened to Will after that until it was revealed later he was in the Upside Down. This story follows Will in the Upside Down. This is where, it's cool, it's great, it's an interesting concept, but I'm not sure this is a story anybody was really wanting to read. It's what they went with, and Jody Houser does a really good job. She cuts back to the game this was from the episode where they're playing the Dungeons and Dragons, of course it is. And so Will's in the Upside Down, he's got this gun. And here's where I think the art fails. I don't think the Demogorgon looks that good here. I don't think that there was enough detail and work put into it's this one illustration. This should be quite the impressive illustration, but it's more like the talent on the book knows that what the Demogorgon looks like, so they didn't really put their work into this to really make the monster look convincing or real or anything besides almost just a rough sketch. And I gotta say, the inking, maybe it was in the inking, I don't know, but it just left me a little underwhelmed. And again, the character looks like the character, but it's nothing spectacular. For being such a popular show, I expected the art to be a little more impressive. And also, I hate to keep picking on the book, the colors. The difference between the Upside Down and the real world, it's there, but it wasn't stark enough to me to let you know that he's in a different world. Anyways, so the story, like I say, it's really well done. It shows what happened to Will while he was in the Upside Down, while we were seeing the other side of the story in the show. This kind of reveals where Will was and what he was doing in the Upside Down. And there's a great scene here. This is my favorite scene in the whole book. it flashes back to the Dungeons and Dragons game that they're playing. And Jodie does a great job with the dialogue. The characters sound like they're characters from the show. And I really hope that they do more of this as the book goes forward. Again, showing the characters as the kids envision them in their head. I think it's a great story element. It was a great thing in the show. They worked the Dungeons and Dragons into the show, and I like the fact she's working it into the comic. The only thing is, there's not a lot going on. It's kind of Will just wandering through the Upside Down. If you've seen the show, you kind of know what happens. The only real surprising thing is this. This is where I'll stop too. He sees 11 in the Upside Down. But anyways, that's what it is. It's the flip side of the story. It's good. I like the D&D sequences, and I think that Jodie is her writing is impeccable. It's amazing. She's a great author. I can't say anything bad about that. The art was a little soft. I thought it could have been better. But I have a hard time recommending it because it doesn't really add anything to the story that we didn't kind of already know. Maybe it will in future issues. I'm hoping it does. I'm going to stick with it. I like the Dungeons and Dragons sequences. Hope they work more of that into the story. Yeah, so if you're a fan of Stranger Things, I recommend it. If you're not, if you haven't seen the show, I don't think there's really anything in here for you. So like I say, it's a soft recommendation. I liked it. I'm hoping that we see more. They expand the story more as we go forward. What's this right here? This says Battlestar Galactica. That's right. On October 5th, that's my birthday, we're hosting a screening right here in South Florida in Lake Worth at the Movies of Lake Worth of Battlestar Galactica, a 40th anniversary screening of the original theatrical cut of the pilot. This is what they released in the theaters in '78 before the show came out. It's different than what was shown on television. For more information, go to cosmictimes.net/BSG40. That's where you can pick up your tickets. They're $8 right now. They'll be $10 at the door. So move quickly before it's too late. Battlestar Galactica. And again, Stranger Things. If you like the show, check it out. If you haven't seen the show or it's not your bag, this book's definitely not for you either. There's not much in here for anybody who isn't super familiar with the show, except for Jodie Houser's great writing. All right, that's about it. Hey, if you liked the video, do me a favor. Go down below and hit the like button, the old thumbs up down there, and hit the subscribe button so you're subscribed to our channel. And once you're subscribed to our channel, hit the bell. That way you're notified every time we put up a new video, like this one where we reviewed Stranger Things. And hey, if you like the Stranger Things comic, leave us a message down below. Let me know what your thoughts on it were. Or if you didn't like it, let me know those thoughts as well. I'm always curious to see what other people think of these books that I'm reviewing here on our Martin Reed segment on the old Cosmic Times TV channel. That's about it. So until next time, hey, stay cosmic.